Hello Taurus, Elsie here to do your reading for the week ahead. How are you, Taurus? Thank you so much once again for clicking here. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for your interest in the sneak peek for the week, and thank you for your interest and your clicks and your thumbs up on all the videos that I drop, because you never ever disappoint me. Thank you so much for doing all of that. I appreciate you. I'm your bully sister, by the way. I'm a Taurus sun, so I come here once a week to do a reading for you for the week ahead, but then I come back and sprinkle you with a little bit of extra energy throughout the week because you eat up these readings voraciously. Thank you for that. All right, here we go, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We are looking at the week ahead, and that week ahead is going to be July, right? We are looking at the week ahead for Taurus. All right, we've got Judgment. Judgment says, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. So you're trying not to judge yourself based on what you see going on around you, or that's the advice you're being given anyway, in the week ahead. So whatever is going on around you in the week ahead, I don't want you to judge yourself based on what someone else is doing in their own life, or that they're, you know, maybe they're the same age as you and they've already made their millions, or you know what I mean? Like I feel like you're not supposed to judge yourself because you have your own path. And you have your own challenges. We didn't all come here for the same lesson, right? And that's what makes it such a mess, is because we're all doing different lessons at the same time. And we've all come from different schools. Yeah. So we have regret. I know that I cannot change the past. So I think that you're the harshest critic on you. And I think that you are wanting to change your mind because it says that in the past that you regret that you can't change it. So that's what I think. I think that somebody here is comparing themselves against their age bracket, comparing, you know, maybe I should be here or there, or maybe I should have kids by now. I wanted to be married and kids by the time I'm 24, or whatever the goal is, right? And that's the thing. Yeah, everyone has a unique set of challenges that we come here. We all come here for lessons, and we all come here for a different reason. We're all learning different lessons. So we've got empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. You may have judged someone else in a situation here that you're seeing a little clearer. It says, balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Again, we're talking about judgment. So the thing is this, you get people, you know, two kinds of people: the people who are all in no matter what, they're in for the journey and don't care about the consequence. And then you have the other ones who are like, no, I'm not going to get taken by the beggar on the street. I'm not giving them my money just so they can take advantage of me. That's the energies that I'm feeling right now. It feels like somebody went from judging others because they judge themselves to having empathic regret. Like, now that I see things with different eyes, I understand that maybe I was a little harsh with the person because I don't know their circumstances. I don't know where they came from, or what lessons they're learning, or what trauma they have. So I feel like it's a regret of empathy, or an empathic regret that I wish I wouldn't have said that back there. You know? That's what it feels like, Taurus. I wish, it's like you're going over your words. I wished I wouldn't have said that back there, or did that thing back there. So now I feel like you're trying to heal from it. I feel like you're trying to get perfect balance in your life. You're trying not to look in the past, Taurus, but it haunts you. I think that there was a situation, something was said or done, whether it was done to you. It feels more like it's something that you said that you wish you could take back, or something that you did, a way you acted that you wish you could take back. But now you're looking back and having more empathy for self right now. I think that you're like, it just couldn't have been any other way. So I feel like you try and make good with the current circumstance, because once you have acceptance, balance is soon to follow. Once you accept the situation for what it was, yeah, maybe I was a jerk and I said those things, and I probably shouldn't have said them, but you know, It is what it is. I can't change it. And so I'm just going to try and be kinder to me, and that means I'm going to be able to be kinder to others as well. Because we treat each other like we treat ourselves, right? It's all a projection. All right, see what all this hoo-ha is about, Taurus. How you doing? I hope you're well. And if you are interested in that, in private reads, please know that I do have a sale on right now. 10% off all of my reads. Here we go. 10 of Pentacles looking us in the face. All right, so, wow. Oh, okay. Somebody is regretting that the relationship fell apart. It fell apart right in front of me. And I want to try again. Just listening. So this was a challenging connection here. I feel like you met this person at a time when you were very much in judgment of yourself, Taurus. So I don't think that you're as enlightened. I don't think you were as enlightened about yourself and the self back then. I think you're awake now. I think you are self-aware and you realize, and that's why you're having the empathic regret. But I feel as though what's haunting you is that you met this person at a time in your life when you were having a lot of challenges and you just couldn't hold it together. It's like your world was falling apart. But what I want to say, Taurus, is it felt like your world was falling apart, but understand it was the Tower. And whether that happened over months or whether it happened over days, it was like everything was starting to crumble and you were just doing your best to hold it all together. Yeah, I think you have finally got some balance in the 3D here. After the Tower fell, you had a brand new start, but I feel like you made it stable somehow. Well, Taurus, you are the one who has the Midas touch, the one who has opportunities that flows to them. This person is, I feel like the implosion changed your life. And after looking back at the implosion, you're like, okay, I get it now. I see what happened back there. For some of you, it could have something to do with money. Maybe I shouldn't have made that investment. Or I made that investment at a time when I was feeling very vulnerable because I didn't feel very good about myself. And make no mistake about it, if you're judging yourself and you hate your body and you don't like what you see in the mirror, you're judging yourself every day. And that's how people will judge you, based on how you judge yourself. And so I think at this time, when there was an opportunity for a long-term relationship, that I think you just couldn't do it because things were falling apart and you just couldn't keep them together. The 10 Wands. I feel like you back here were probably in a relationship that was really burdensome. There's 10s, so we're coming to the end of the cycle, right? Things were ending for you, Taurus, and that's why it felt like everything was falling in. I feel like there were cycles ending. You're at a challenging time of your life, and I do believe that there is somebody who wanted something from you, or maybe you from them. Take it as it resonates. I could be reading about your person. I think I'm reading about you, though. The Tower fell on the 8 of Wands, so there's no communication. So you were going through a tough time. You never stop thinking about them, though. Tower fell on the 8 of Wands, and so I usually, the Tower is changing and things are in upheaval. I feel like there was some communications that went back and forth during that time between you and someone else. The Judgment card is here, which tells me that you were having a challenge and that you were judging yourself a lot back here. But I also feel like the empathic regret is like, I'm reliving it now. I'm thinking about the thing I said or the thing I did or how I acted. And I feel like the upheaval and the change was making you act out or say things that you may have never said had you not been going through this terrible tower. And I just feel pain for you when I look at that, because I think that your life was falling apart at that time, or it felt like it. And this, as your life is falling apart, it's like you guys start communicating, but I don't think it's face to face. But I think that, yeah, you had a lot of realizations, things were falling apart, and you said some things that I feel you have some regret about. You know you can't change the past, Taurus, but it still kind of haunts you. I think the last conversation haunts you, or the last thing that you did or said. I'm open to seeing both sides of the situation. So now that you have more balance, you're feeling like you're open now. The Ace of Pentacles, you're open to maybe having hope that we can maybe talk about this, right? Because the Ace of Pentacles is something that's going to change your life. The Tower did change your life, but I feel like what also changed is that you became hopeful. You became empathic, you became hopeful, you start to get stability, it changes your life, like the Tower just changed your life. Seven of Pentacles. It caused growth. It caused you to really focus on nurturing whatever it was that you'd already planted in your own life for you. It caused you to pull yourself inward. And I think that when you pulled yourself inward, what you found out is the Five of Swords is there. You're not very good to yourself. You weren't speaking very kindly to you. Knight of Pentacles. It took a long time to learn that lesson for you to love yourself. Two of Cups. For you to love yourself, it took a very long time for you to have that lesson. But that's what we do, Taurus. We're fixed signs. We move at stuff really, really slowly. Yeah. Tell me about the cycles that are ending here for Taurus. The World. So there's, I think that there's, now for some of you, this has already happened, so that's maybe why it resonates right now. But I'm telling you, I'm reading for the week ahead. So for some of you, you're headed into a tower that's life-changing, and that's in the week ahead. So we're talking in July. There is a tower that is coming up, and it's because of communication that you're getting from someone. So I think I'm reading this as it's happened maybe in the past, and it also applies to what's going on in the future. So I feel like the Tower is upheaval and change, and I feel like you get communication from someone that you were in a long-term relationship, connected to a long-term relationship. Maybe this is money, maybe it's work. However you were connected to them, I feel like it was at a time when it was really tough for you. And this person, I feel, is going to be contacting you. Or maybe you're contacting them. Take it as it resonates. But there is an upheaval about midweek next week, and it is because of communication. So we have the World card. So something did end. So I think with the Judgment card up here, we can, and looking at this, it looks like you just start purging, you start dumping stuff, right? You're like letting go of the 10 Pentacles, you're letting go of the 10 Wands. It feels like you go through a major purge, which is very life-changing for you, right? We were already talking about life-changing growth. Yeah. So we have the World card here, which tells me that it's like you successfully complete a lesson or a cycle. You know, the karma's done and we understand the lessons now, we can move forward. And I'm never going back there and doing that again. It's things coming full circle, I feel. And we have the World card and the energies that are here, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo. So it's ending. Judgment on yourself. Yeah. Probably a long-term relationship. Like it feels like so many things were going wrong back there. But I understand, I feel like if it was a long-term relationship that ended because of all the burdens that you were carrying about the self, then I feel like this is the communication that you get in the week ahead. It's kind of wild the way I can see it back there, and I can see it up there as well. Got the Four of Pentacles. It's been completely quiet between you and someone else, and that's what causes the upheaval, because I feel it's at a time that you are thinking about this person, and make no mistake about it, when you're thinking about someone, they're thinking about you. So I think you're thinking, it's a lot of thinking words, you are thinking about this person and the silence that there's been, wishing and hoping for some sort of silence to end here. Somebody was keeping it all to their chest. They didn't want to be hurt. They were not vulnerable. This person was working with you, Taurus, in Pentacles, so they didn't really give you much in terms of feeling. We don't have any cups here, right? It's all Pentacles and Wands, and it's endings of cycles is what it is. And I think that a lot of these cycles had to end. You had to bring a lot of these cycles to an end because this person was giving you no energy. Pardon me. They weren't giving you any energy at all. And so you had to work on all of that by yourself. But I think you did it. Yeah. Seven of Swords and the Six of Swords. And I think because you're wondering, it feels like the stars giving me energy of, you know, asking the universe for some type of answer. I think that's why the Eight of Wands is here. And what you don't see, what's concealed is that there is communication coming. The Seven of Swords is here. It's like I can't tell you. Imagine that if we all knew what was going to happen right away, how much screw-ups would we do? We would change things here, there, and everywhere thinking we knew it all, right? And so I feel like something's being concealed here. It's the communication, and it's going to cause a tower because it's been completely silent for some of you 4 years or more. Pentacles to me are years. Somebody has hope that there's going to be a new beginning here with a soulmate. I'm going to say you're manifesting it. Yep, that's what it feels like. You've manifested this person. And that's why they end up reaching up to you. And although you don't see it coming, you've actually been preparing for it. You've been living as though it's already yours. I feel like you've been preparing for it here because there is 7 pentacles here, which is the, you know, the growth and the nurturing and, you know, all the things that we need to grow. But when we get the next pentacle involved, that's 8 and that's harvest. So to me, it's like what's being concealed from you is for your betterment. What the universe wants you to know is that you can know with a great clarity, the star is here, Aquarius energy, but you can know with a great clarity that this is the one. This is the one. Yeah. For some of you, you were in a relationship and it ended through silence. Like it may have just been ghosted or somebody didn't pick up the next message. And for some of you, you hoped for it, but it never happened. And it was because you were in such judgment over self. But I think that if this is the situation that happened here with the soulmate, this person is coming back around. See, whatever's meant for you will never pass you by. So if it has been 4 years and this person does come back around, it's because they are the one. They're the person that you share the heart space with. It's someone that you have loved for a very long time. And I'm just going to bring to your attention that I don't see any cups here, except for the 6 cups. So it feels like this is communication that comes, that is, I think this person, you're going to hear that in their voice that they're nervous. The 7 of Swords and the star, I look at that as 8 swords. I feel like you're going to hear it in their voice that they're really nervous. You're going to hear hope. This person hopes that you're happy to hear from them. The Ace of Pentacles is, I believe, the star is hope that we can begin again here. But I don't feel like you've ever let go of that notion. I think you've always wanted it and you've been trying to manifest it. challenge for the week ahead? The week ahead is the Ace of Cups. Interesting. So I feel like this person who has been shut down and quiet and very quiet with you, someone is coming in with an offer. So they're not just reaching out to you. I mean, they're reaching out to you to take your temperature, to find out if you're hot or cold. But I feel like this person is reaching out to you in sort of a passionate way. They might be a tiny bit flirty. I feel like they're gonna like stutter. Like that's what I'm experiencing right now, like stuttering, not really knowing which word to pick. But I think that the Seven of Swords is telling me what's concealed is you don't realize that this person has huge feelings for you. All you see it as is a tower when they call, because you're like, now what do they want with me? Like just to push the knife in my back further. Like it feels like you don't see the purpose of their call, and they're going to seem quite. There's someone who you have already seen them be nervous. You've already seen them, visually. You've already seen them face to face, and you know what they sound like. Or what they look like when they sound nervous. And I don't know why you're supposed to know that. But it's all coming from the Star and the Eight of Wands here. Most of this energy. So it's like the hope I can talk to you. I hope you'll listen to me. I hope I can come get you. Like it's like back and forth energy that's really quick. It almost feels like this person feels like they're under pressure to get it done right now. All right. I'm going to leave it there. If you're interested in coming and looking at the extension, I will put one down below. If you're interested in looking at that, please go there. What are we talking about? Well, this Ace of Cups that's staring at us. We're going to pull apart this tower a little more and find out what the communication or the conversation is going to be about. What ended back here, and why were you judging yourself so much? I feel like you've had an awakening experience here that now you see it all for what it was, and you're taking your part, and that really is judgment. It's taking your part, right? So you can just carry on after being accountable for your part. So whatever that was, we're going to talk more about that in the extended. If you're interested in going there, please look for the link in the description below, and I'll go for now. I love you guys. I am out. Love you. Bye-bye.